Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'll be talking about the movie Hard to Die, aka Sorority. Let me make sure. Sorority House Massacre 3. This is a long time I saw this movie. I saw this movie one time on HBO, and I think it was supposed to be like a sequel to Sorority House Massacre, the first movie. But the real name for it was Hard to Die. But the movie ended up having like footage from the first movie and trying to talk about the killer from the first movie, how it's not supposed to be connected to this movie, but in reality it shouldn't be. But they try to make this like a sequel, so that's how they want it. First of all, for you guys out there, if you're looking for TNA and hot chicks, yeah, this movie delivers hot chicks and TNA, you know, with the shower scene. So you're gonna get some piece of action watching this for like looking at naked chicks. Besides that, the movie to me now, after watching it again, it's not meant to be taken seriously. To me, it looked like it's more like a B movie, horror, a little bit of action, comedy spoof of itself, you know. Even though it's like too stupid to me, like, okay, make it, you know what, it's gonna contain spoilers, so let me just go forward. You got these girls that have to work on the weekends, do inventory for this lingerie company. When the movie begins, there's a scene when the woman signed for this package, and as the movie progressed, she realized that the package went to the wrong address. She called this person which the package belonged to, and as the movie progressed again, you realize this package is kind of creepy because it starts smoking up. So something's about to go down, you know. Meanwhile, you got this janitor who works in the building, and he has like a little background story that he was a witness to the killing of the killer from the first movie, you know. It's kind of like a weird, kind of like a silly background for it for this janitor guy, but he's supposed to be connected to the first movie in their own way, or how they want to do it, how these producers or writers, whoever wrote this movie, want to do it. As like I say, it's really stupid. Like I say again, it's not meant to take it serious, this movie, but still, it's just the moment of this movie, how it runs. But anyway, to progress to the story. The women end up to open the box, and this spirit comes out, and of course it's pretty obvious. You can tell it possessed someone, you know, which was pretty obvious. Obviously who, but it's going to leave you guessing to somebody else. Suddenly these girls start dying one by one, and once the girls want to go down to the basement, they see their friends died, and realize that somebody's killing them, and they. Of course, spoilers, they're going to think it's the janitor that did the killing. So they start trying to survive this bill against the janitor, who they think that he's the killer, but they like try to hide. One of the girls is able to fight him off, you know, stab him, beat him up, you know what I'm saying. Meanwhile, you had these two detectives doing an investigation. They found out that about one of the, I think they talked about the killer, that he was into black magic. And they start saying that he has this spell where he can separate his soul into a box. Whoever opens it, he gets to possess that person, you know. So it's got you believing, spoiler, that maybe Orville Ketchum, that he's the one that's possessed by Hostagvas, the killer from the first movie, possessed by his spirit, but it's really not him. As the movie progressed, you know, meanwhile, let me just say, they start being the janitor. They kill him like numerous of times. They even, for the final scene, they even pushed him into the high storage building, right? And guess what? Out of all that shit, that fucking fat killer, he was still fucking alive. But like I said, he's not the killer. So take a guess who was the killer. It was one of their female friends that was possessed by the evil spirit, and that person was the one doing all the killing. It's kind of like a spoiler because it's going to tell you when the janitor faced the woman, he said, I don't care what body you possess. So it's pretty obvious who the killer is. So it's going to spoil it for you right there anyway. But that was one of the scenes. But besides that, when the two of the females started realizing who the killer was, it was the woman. She was possessed. And, you know, you get your gun balance scene when he's getting shot up with bullets. The woman who was possessed getting shot up with bullets, and guess what? They're still alive. And you get the final battle when it was the one surviving girl having a shootout scene, you know, Ketchum comes back alive again, saves the girl against the possessed girl, shoot up again. And Guess what? The next day in the morning, they're both dead except for the girl. She survived, the surviving girl. And the detective comes in. The girl was possessed. She comes back to life, shot the detective in the arms, going after the final girl, went down the lobby, and Ketchum comes back, save the girl again, and shoot her up, and the possessed girl supposed to be dead already. But, you know, it's kind of like fucked up because it's like you saying to yourself, how the fuck are you still alive? You know what I'm saying? Out of all that shit you went through. Not only the guy, but because the guy, if you think about it, he wasn't really possessed. Pretty much he's like a human being and he's dead. He should have been dead already, but he was alive. I don't know how the fuck he did it, you know? Maybe I'm missing something in this fucking movie. Maybe he practiced black magic too. Who knows? But it was kind of weird, man, to see that shit. But still, I mean, if you're not gonna take this movie serious or nothing, I think it's an enjoyable, like I say, horror comedy spoof on itself, in my opinion. So I say check out Hard to Die, aka Sorority House Massacre 3. Speaking for me, I read it kind of as a movie by itself. I read it kind of as Hard to Die, you know, because I can't put this next to Sorority House Massacre 3. I'm sorry, Sorority House Massacre. Sorry, that's my opinion. But anyway, peace, guys, and see you later.